Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, aka I'm a Ghostbuster, and I am joined by my lovely co-hosts, Baldman Gaming and Sergeant Sentinel Gaming. They're over there for episode 2 of the XPN Podcast. Now, this is a podcast all about spotlighting gaming, talking about gaming, with a little bit of other stuff thrown in for good measure, but cutting out all the crap, all the news, all the moaning, all that sort of fanboyism, and just spotlighting awesome games. So, before we jump into it, BMG, other than the games we're going to talk about today, have you played anything else, like one specific game, this past week?
The only game I've been playing because for the game we're going to talk about shortly, I didn't want to take on anything heavy, story driven, or anything like that because I know I'm not going to be able to play it for quite a while because the certain game that we have all been playing has sort of taken over, and I just keep wanting to get back to it. But yeah, I've just Destiny 2, just making my way through the new season of the Witch. It dropped last week, as well as when we had the showcase where they revealed the final shape, which comes out 22nd of February, or it's 22nd or 27th, I can't remember which. It's a week, but somewhere in them 5 days, that the new final Light and Dark Saga expansion comes out. They've just dropped this week the Crota's End, which is the raid. So I think people are already working towards the world's first, because if you become the world's first, you get an actual title belt, an actual
a
proper
title
belt, with like
title.
your name on and the raid you've done. And you get a lot of goodies, jackets, and a load of stuff. But anyone can enter it, so it's up to anyone. But you have to be like still virgins living in a basement or something like that to really do it, because no one's got about 15 to 20 hours to sit there and play it. Because I definitely don't.
No.
Not at my old age.
Getting on a bit, aren't you?
Yeah, I am getting old. I need a shave as well because my beard's coming through a bit grey, so I'll shave that tomorrow. But yeah, just starting the season. Weekly they drop new bits of the season quests, so you just make my way through that. So I've done that, just building up my character, and that's pretty much it. Because it's Destiny's a game you can pick up and drop and know where you're at, know what you're doing. Everything's just laid out in front of you. So I didn't want to touch anything heavy because I've still got games I need to play, but I don't want to touch any of them. I'm even Cyberpunk's probably getting pushed back till next year because not only we're playing Starfield now, but we've got Spider-Man 2 dropping. We've got Assassin's Creed Mirage dropping, which has actually been brought up, so I'll be able to get that in and done before Spider-Man because it's a small, compact game, which going back to its roots.
Spider-Man. I thought Spider-Man was before Assassin's Creed, or am I totally wrong?
No, it was originally.
But
Assassin's Creed's been moved up to... it's the 5th or the 7th of October, so they brought it forward, and Spider-Man's the 21st of October.
Oh, you'll get through Assassin's Creed before then.
Oh, that's a few day job, isn't it? It's I remember going back playing the original Assassin's Creed, and I got through it in literally a few hours. I remember when it first came out, it felt like it took weeks to complete, but no. So I've got that. Alan Wake and stuff don't really interest me. Call of Duty doesn't interest me in November. So that's I've got my main game that's probably going to take me a long time to play. So there's not going to be a great deal of variety from me, really. But we'll see. We'll see what drops, see what grabs my eye, and see where I am with the game that we've all been playing and going to talk about soon. Who knows? I could get to a point and think, you know what, I've had enough for now. Come back to it later. Did that with Skyrim. When Skyrim dropped, bought it because I love Elder Scrolls. I like Bethesda games. I didn't like the Fallout series. Wasn't for me. I didn't like the whole scavenging. Many of the mutants looked a lot like my ex-girlfriends and things like that, and it brought back horrible memories. So I didn't play it.
Skyrim, horrible memories.
That's it. But Skyrim was one of them games, so I kind of just stick with one RPG. I play a variety of other games, story-driven games, multiplayer games, strategy games, but I'll only do one RPG and stick with it until I finish it. But like Skyrim, you start the main quest and then I was just off doing other things. I think it was like 5 months down the line before I actually even jumped into the meat of the main quest. And obviously it opens up more, gives you more options and more things to do, which made it. But it's like the side stuff that kind of grabs you with Skyrim and the random crazy stuff. And but that's it. That's all I've really been playing because I've waited. I thought, let's keep the palate clean. Let's be ready to jump into probably the game of the decade. Maybe.
Well, we'll talk about that. What about you then, Sentinel? What you've been playing, other than what we're talking about?
Forza Motorsport 6. I never finished it, so I have been going back through and playing some of the different circuits they have with like the hot hatch cars and stuff like that. Just kind of getting ready for Forza because, in addition to the game we're talking about, I'm really looking forward to Forza Motorsport that comes out in October. I actually pre-ordered the premium add-on thing so I can play it early, and of course there's additional content that comes with it. Because I would say, in addition to the game that's coming out that we're all going to talk about, Forza Motorsport was probably my most anticipated Xbox exclusive that was in the pipeline at all, just because I love Forza. So it's definitely something I'm looking forward to, and I'm going back through Forza Motorsport 6, and like I said, playing through it, enjoying every minute of it.
Oh, that's good then. I'm not a big fan of the proper Forzas. I'll play them for a little bit, but they just bore me a little bit. And it's not. I'm not saying they're bad. Like Gran Turismo does exactly the same. They're fun for me in short little bursts, but I've got used to Horizon. I love the fast-paced arcadiness of Horizon, so I'm like mad for them at the moment.
It's wide open too, so not a lot of people like being confined.
I don't mind that. I don't mind street racing because I used to love the F1 racing games. Like I used to play all of them every year, but nowadays I'm just a bit like.
I get it. I completely get it.
What have I been playing? Do you know what? Not a huge amount this week. I've been off and I've played a lot of stuff for reviews and stuff. Our 800th review video goes live tomorrow. I've been holding off doing them because obviously we've been playing Starfield and stuff, and Starfield launched, and there's no point putting new reviews out when no one wants to watch them. They want to watch Starfield news and review. So the 800th video review will go live tomorrow. I'm covering 8 different games in it. I thought that was a good number to say it's the 800th, one for each 100 we've already done. It covers like all consoles. I've got Switch, I've got PC, I've got Xbox. I'm not sure I've got a PlayStation 1, but like I say, some of the games are on PlayStation as well. And then I've already got reviews after that, but I'm holding off putting them live that I've already pre-recorded. So I'm like, I want the 800th one to go out. And then it took me a lot longer to record this one and stuff, to get all the footage and all the trailers and stuff to put together to do 8 in 1. So that's coming, and there's a variety. There's like platformers, there's sim games, there's visual novels, there's all sorts chucked in. I've tried to go for like a sort of a randomized batch, but I have been playing a few games. I played one that I did a review of the other day, Eternal Survivors. I really enjoy that. It's like Vampire Survivors, but I think better. Quite enjoyed that on PC from the people that made Princess Farmers. And that's really, really good. But I've picked up a few games. I just haven't been playing them. I've been off this week from work, and I'm like, do you know what? I'm going to play loads. And I've played some stuff for reviews, but barring Starfield, I've not really sat and played much because I've just been enjoying not being at work and stuff like that. So I have a pile of shmups I picked up last week in the sales I'm going to play. So like Dogos and Project Root and stuff like that. They're my next ones on my list because I do love a good shoot 'em up. But before we jump into the topics and stuff like that, hit that like button, guys. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Share this out on social media. Let everyone know we are live. Big shout out to all of our channel members who support us and everyone who's live in chat. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about the big game of the week. So I think we'll get that one out of the way first, because honestly, we'll see how much time we've got left after that to see what we talk about afterwards. So let's go and talk about Starfield. So this obviously came out into early like access for those who own the premium upgrade or like the mega deluxe edition, or if you just buy the premium upgrade and you play it through Game Pass. On Friday, was it Friday first thing in the morning
Yesterday.
for us in the
Yeah.
UK?
1 a.m.
1
1
a.m.
a.m. in the UK yesterday.
So yeah, and I wasn't going to play this. Like, I was going to play it at launch because it's like it's not something I could afford at the moment. And bless him, bro and a half, Mr. BMG here, sent me a premium upgrade key. So big thank you to him for that. And I have been able to play it. I probably haven't played it as much as you two yet because I've just had life, but I have played. What you're seeing right now is my first like hour of footage. So yeah, we'll jump into it. I'm gonna ask Sentinel first because I think BMG is the one that's probably gonna rattle on the longest. So Sentinel, how are you finding it? Because we've all three of us have played this early. We all got early access. I do know some people in the Discord and like our members have got it. I've seen a lot of people on not on Facebook, on my Xbox playing it as well. So there's a good chunk of people out there playing it. So tell us, what did you think? Oh, has he died now?
He's muted. You muted, Sentinel.
Oh, sorry. Here I am talking, and I didn't realize I was muted. That figures. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people. They've downplayed the positives, and they've upplayed the negatives about Starfield. It seems like some of these people maybe don't understand how gaming development works, like loading these different areas and stuff. And keep in mind, Starfield's been in development for such a long time. It does have things that, I mean, from a gamer's perspective, it could do better, like allowing us to land on the planet and the loading screens and all this stuff. But the entire package, able to run at 30 frames per second, where 95% of the time it's fluid and it looks great, and being able to give you huge open areas to really explore, and being able to balance everything the way it does a phenomenal job. Now, I know they said this has the least amount of bugs out of any Bethesda game they've launched. I have come across several myself, like characters talking to and walking backwards, stuff like that. It's a Bethesda game, so you kind of expect it, but it does have the minimum amount of bugs. As far as like a space adventure, I would say that it's been a hell of a lot of fun. Now, it's not the best game that I've ever played, but I would say, in the past 5 years, it's probably up there, like one of the top 3 that I've played. It's a lot of fun, and I think if people enjoy either Skyrim or Fallout, they're definitely going to enjoy Starfield.
Nice. Nice. Go on then. Oh, he's disappeared now, BMG. That means his dinner's turned up. Because he's been hard at work, bless him, all day. His dinner's finally here.
I am still here. Give me 2 seconds. Just lock that door. Right. Because my food's just toast. It can wait.
See, he has to lock out his family just to keep. He's like, they're not getting in. There's no food for them.
Oh,
his children are starving.
Look at that. Oh,
nice.
I had a KFC today. Like my cheat meal for the week was a KFC bucket, and it was beautiful. Just the gravy was actually like super thick and stodgy. Oh, that's the best kind of KFC gravy. It sticks to your chips. Oh.
Well, wipes away, you see. So
the mistress brought you a pizza.
2 sons at it. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
So it's no one likes my cooking. I can't cook, so I just take away, fuck it, beer eat. Right. So Starfield, It'd be right. So we've all played it. We've all had access. Got access on Friday. I'm 3.5 hours in because we work and stuff. So I've like fitted in there. I've not had a chance to jump back in today. I might get an hour in after the show. We'll see. If not, I've got all Sunday afternoon to play. It's the 30 frames was always a big hang up for me because it's like I like playing games at 60. I like that smooth frame rate. And it was hard at first, jumping in, 30 frames, moving around. I'm like, really don't like this. And I think I'm just not going to be able to play this game because I don't like it. But we've gone on, switched to third person because I put a poll out just to see what everyone was sort of playing the game in. I flick between first and third person. Third person seems a bit smoother. But I've got used to it, and it's not as bad now as it was when I first started. So that's my biggest hang up. But I've seen a lot of people complaining it starts very slow paced, which I don't mind. I like it like that because then it gives you time to get used to the mechanics, because the menus, getting used to get your menus into you where you got to push, on the D-pad up, down, left, right. You've got to favorite it and then put the slot where you want it. So got used to that very quickly. The shooting mechanics, moving around and stuff like that. It took me a while to figure out getting my jetpack, because you don't have a jetpack to start. You've kind of got to pick. I don't know what you guys with, but I went bounty hunter as my background, because that gave me a perk for jetpack and ballistics. So that's.
Oh,
I
didn't go. I think I went for one of the like soldier ones, where you've got like weapon proficiency and something else and something else. I wish I'd gone for jetpack because I want a jetpack. I don't know if you get a jetpack leak.
You do.
That's all right then. Like, because I was going to say, if I
Yeah.
don't get a jetpack at all, that's a real kick in the balls. I keep
No,
seeing people flying around. I saw someone in like there's a club and they're just like jetpacking over everyone's heads dancing. I was like, that looks amazing.
Yeah, you do. If you don't have it as a starting perk, when you see the perk tree and stuff, then you've got to use a skill point to unlock it and then build it up that way. But if you go and bounty hunter, I think there is a couple of others that have it. But if you start as background as bounty hunter, you've already got the first perk unlocked, so you don't have to use a skill point for it. So keep an eye on your skill points to save one for that when you come to that. And I got a skill point in persuasion as well, so I didn't have to do that. But like for me, my other perks, I went with fanboy.
Yeah, I had to get fanboy.
He was awesome in Skyrim. I used to keep him around for ages, and then at one point I'd kill him, and then I feel really, really bad to bring him back because he kept bringing me stuff and giving me free stuff. So I went fanboy again. I haven't met him yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It's like exciting. Oh, is he going to come running up to me now, give me gifts, and want to praise me and come with me? So I went with that. I can't remember the other perk I went with, but the other one I went with the worship that great serpent.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think that gives you an advantage when it comes to the what the red pirates or whatever they're called.
Oh, I've no idea. I can't remember the name. Crimson Pirates or something like that.
Crimson Fleet. Crimson Fleet.
There you go.
Yeah.
I went for I have parents because you can have a visit. I was like, I'm going to visit these random parents at some point in the game.
I know, but you've got to give them 2% of everything you get.
Yeah. I'm not stingy. I'm not stingy, mate. I look after my family.
No, I don't like my parents in real life. I don't want to like them in the game. So yeah, so they're the perks I went with, and so just to start off, maybe character bold, bit of stubble. So
you can't wear glasses. That's the downside. You can't have glasses in the character creator, and it annoys me.
Yeah, I bet that changes though. I bet stuff like that will be out.
I know. I'm assuming, but I just noticed it, and I was like, this is a little bit annoying that you can't have.
Yeah,
that's because universal health care and LASIK eye surgery is free for everybody. There you go. See, that's
fine. That's fine. That's fine. They should say that then, and then I'd be all right. All right, that's fine.
Didn't do it without. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it started out as everyone's seen in the footage now. The first bit that everyone does, and I got to the bit where Vasco and that saying, right, come on, Operation Indigo, Project Indigo, whatever it is in effect. We need to go. And did you notice? And I don't. And I had to. And I loaded a save up again because I wanted to hear it. Vasco says your name. Whatever you put as your name.
Only if it's one of certain a big list.
Well, he said BMG, so I was quite happy. But he went BMG.
Yeah.
BMG.
Oh, he said mine right, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." I wasn't expecting that. I like it when games do it. So
nice little touch. But yeah. So I got to that point, but I didn't get on the ship because I thought, you know what, I'm going running off. And I got on the ship, landed in the first bit where you had to go and get the captain guy. But instead of going and find the captain guy, I went off in the complete opposite direction, and I went to find some other crazy shit, go and see what's going on. I got a purple. On literally right 20 minutes, half an hour into it, I've got a purple spacesuit.
Nice.
A legendary spacesuit, which the perks aren't brilliant, but I thought, purple, it'll do.
Oh, yeah.
It's found like a laser gun and, a modded handgun, a modded maelstrom gun. And I kept seeing these notes in this area I was in about because you've got computer terminals. I'd highly recommend reading them because they give you a bit of insight and background that these scientists were messing with DNA. Oh, alien DNA. That's the other one I went with. I've got alien DNA in me as well. So I was like running around getting all these little bits and bats and killing things and these monsters. I just killed the aliens. I didn't even think to be nice to them. I just shot them straight away, these monster things. And I kept reading these things about they've created this monster that's kind of on the loose, on the run.
Yeah, I saw that, and then I never saw it, and I was like really disappointed. I thought, right, you're going to get to this captain, and it's all going to kick off, and this monster's going to come out and mess everyone up. And then I accidentally sort of convinced him just to let me go, and he was like, "All right, see you later." And I'm like, "Bye." And I was like, "Oh, that's it, right? I'm off."
No, that's But it's oh no, I found the monster. It's out there. It's running around crazily. I'd come to like this it's like a bit like an outpost. It's like a bit like a power station type thing, but it was all outdoor stuff. So I went and looted everything. So I thought, this thing's worth 500 credits. Oh, we'll have that. Nick all that. And Vasco, you can use him as like a mule and chuck all your shit on him so you don't get over encumbered. So I did that.
Yes.
And I heard shooting. I was like, what the hell's going on? Then all of a sudden, a guy fell off a bridge and I heard this roar and it like damaged my health. I was like, what the hell's going on? And it's this big giant creature. So Vasco went, I will engage. And started chasing it. He died. And he's like, oh, system failure. And I was like, oh, shit. So I'm shooting crap out of it, but then it's just charging at me. So I run. And I'm running, right? And I come down this bridge, drop down this floor, and the guy turns around and goes, hey, stop right there. You know, one of these pirates. And I run past him because this monster's chasing me. And as I turn around to look, the monster, because then the guy's going, oh, shit. And he shoots the monster, but the monster smacks him. And all I see is this little character going, woo, 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 woo. Oh, into space. He just like flew into the sky and he was gone. And I thought, oh, that is awesome. And I kept running. But I did kill it. On my second try because it was a bit of it's very strong. But I did kill it. And I got some bits off it and what have you. But yeah, I'm 3.5 hours in. I have made it to Atlantis. I've met Constellation. A couple of people asked me to do favours for him. I went to this person wanted me to steal these spices or something like that, some spice thing. But I couldn't get him the thing, and I tried persuading the guy, and he was like, he wasn't having any of it. So I shot him in the head and I killed him because I thought, sod him. And I didn't get a bounty or anything on me, so no one saw me. So I thought, oh, cool. So he's just laid dead on the floor, blood splattered everywhere, thinking he'll have the access ID card I need to get in. He didn't have it, so I thought, oh, fuck. Went and sold all my stuff, got myself because you probably notice if you're going to third person when you're on like New Atlantis, you'll be all in your spacesuit. You have to go into your inventory, go to the helmet, go to the spacesuit, and click don't show when in a non area where you need the suit. I think it's like LB or RB. So then you're just wearing your outfit you've got, so you get new outfits, pick other stuff up. There's just loads. I think I've got like 12,000 credits because I just sold all the shit that I stole. The amount of guns that I just got to tell because I had repeated copies of guns and I thought I'll just get rid of them, sell them. But yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm up to. Loading screens. Luckily with the Series X, it doesn't take that long. It is fairly quick. Your main one, I think, is when you're going from space to planet. You have a bit of a loading screen and then the animation. I don't mind that because I played No Man's Sky, put a lot of hours in No Man's Sky, and it just seems I'm just like bored, like taking off into space, shaking around, like come on, get up there. I like the fact that I can just like animation, land, done, fast travel to your ship and all that. I like all that. I prefer that. It's easier. And then when I was in Constellation, I just ran around everyone's bedroom, went into all the rooms, stole all the stuff, but I found, and I don't get it, and I wonder if it'll tie into the story. I could go into the basement of where Constellation is, and I went sneaking around all the like sewers and that, and I went through this other door and just found this table covered in blood, and the music went like really dark and sinister. I'm like, oh, something's going to happen, but nothing happened. But it's just a table full of blood. I'm like, what the fuck's this? Why is this here? What's this for? But no, I'm really enjoying it. Can't wait to get back into it because it's like And one of them, we've especially like with Elder Scrolls, and I'm going to do it with Starfield. I'll just run off and do other shit. I'll do bits of story as I go along, but it's more of going finding the crazy shit and what else is going on. Found in the basement of Constellation a suit in a glass container. Thought, oh, I'm going to have that, but I need master lockpick skill to be able to get into it. So for now, that's going to have to stay there, but I know where it is when I want to come back. But it's just fun, just like running around talking to people. I went to try and get a member of crew. They wanted stupid amount of credits, so I can't afford that. Managed to persuade them, and I still didn't have enough credits to take them on board because like they all have like different perks, like ballistics, system targeting, and stuff like that. So it's like, I could do with that because I want to get my next. I think I've got 2 skill points to use that I haven't yet, which I'm going to put into my ship so I can target systems. Because I want to board ships. I want to steal all the shit. And then if it's a better ship than I've got, I'll take it. If not, I'll blow it up.
Have you engaged in ship combat yet?
Just at that start bit, just the bit that you first have, which is quite. It's actually all right. It's not as bad as I thought. It's quite simple. I like.
Right.
I don't know if you played Star Wars Squadrons.
Yeah.
And in Squadrons, you could move between like your shields, forward shields, back shields, weapons. And this is the same. You've got so many like bars, and you can put them in your shields, your lasers, your ballistics, your missiles, your grav drive, because obviously you need your grav drive online for when you're going to do that jump. But that's the only combat I've done at the moment. And the best bit is, and I saw nobody talk about it, nobody's mentioned it, and I was hoping it was in, and it's just the fact no one's mentioned it. And I don't know why I like doing it, but when I'm up in space, I like to get out the cockpit and go and walk around my ship while I'm in space. Yeah. And you can do it. Yeah. You can do it. And I really like that. And jetpack around your ship and stuff like that. But I've got 2 jetpacks. I've got one that I stole, and I've got one that Constellation have just given me. So, but yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. The woman, blonde-haired woman, she's just joined me. I asked Vasco to stick with me, and he's like, "Oh, you're my captain. I'll do anything for you." I'm just waiting on Fanboy. I'm going. When I jump on, hopefully I'll get an hour in. We'll see how we go. I want to go find Fanboy. I just want him to be with me all the time, cheering me on, giving me gifts, and then I want to go and space fuck people. So that's where I'm at, and I can't wait to get back in. The game has grabbed me. It is your Bethesda game. Nice. There are bugs, but it is a Bethesda game. And if you've played their games, you played Elder Scrolls, you played Fallout, you know what you're in for. If it's your first time coming, it's going to be a bit, wow, how can they release this game? But this game's going to be a decade game. It's going to be on the next 2 free consoles, and I just can't wait to see what it's done. But the other thing, because we've got early access, we also get the DLC, the expansion that's coming out. So we will have access to that. And again, anyone that's thinking, because the premium edition's in the UK £99. I'm assuming $99 or $99.99 in the US as well, and other countries. But if you've got it on Game, if you've got Game Pass, you lose that cost drops. So, and if you have Game Pass, I think it's $31.29 or $49 for the upgrade, which is a good deal. I know a lot of people sort of said, this is outrageous, should be included. It's like, well, no, you're not paying for a $70 game. You're getting that game in your Game Pass, so what more do you want? And the fact that you only have to pay a small amount to upgrade and get the early access, and I'm glad I did it. I was itching to jump in, and obviously we've all played it, we've all jumped in, we've all had a bit of time with it, and can't wait to keep exploring the stars and going just killing random people for the fun of it. That's mine. That's me.
That's you. That's you. I've quite enjoyed it. I'm not right. I am not a big Bethesda games fan. So, like, I like them. I loved Morrowind and Oblivion. But my taste in gaming has changed over the years. My priorities have changed. So I don't look for these massive 10,000-hour games anymore. So Skyrim, I never really got into much. I've played it, but it was okay. Fallout. I've never been a big Fallout fan. I kind of like Fallout in some ways where you can just do stupid stuff. Like I remember going and setting that nuke off and just being like, "Lol, we're all dead." But they don't sort of appeal to me like they do to other people. I prefer shorter experiences and stuff. But I have really been enjoying this one, so I've been playing it. I'm only about 2 hours in. just over 2 and a bit hours in. Like I say, hopefully I'll play some after the show tonight. I'm currently stealing all the books I can find. If I find like a novel or a book, I pick it up. I'm going to collect them on my ship. I don't know why, but I've decided that's something I want to do. So yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. Like I say, it's a slow slog at the beginning, and there's not one of those wow moments that you get with like Oblivion. So like Oblivion, you come out of the sewers and boom, it's bright, it's green, it's lush. You're in this big open world, and Fallout, you're in the vault for a while, and then you come out of the vault and you look over the world and you're like, wow, this is amazing. You don't really get that because you're just in space and it's vast and it's massive and you're already there. So I feel like people are missing that, but that's what this game is supposed to be, and it's great. It's a really fun game. The combat is so smooth compared to other Bethesda games I've played. The graphics look great. I've mainly been playing it in first person. I didn't like third person that much. I don't like the aiming on it in third person. But I'm looking forward to playing a lot more of it. I love the space combat and stuff. I thought that was really good. There's just a lot thrown at you. In that first bit, there is so much sort of to remember and how to do like shortcuts and how to go here and set things. I've already forgot some of it. So it's some of those things you have to learn in time. There's just so much you have to do on the menus and stuff that I feel like a bit mind blown.
It's a learning curve.
Yeah.
It's a big learning curve.
Yeah. But I've been having fun. I've been mainly doing the story because I read a lot of people say you should play the story first, then go back and explore because it gets you into the game and all the mechanics. So I haven't done as much exploring as you, BMG, but I do tend to, if I'm in a building, I'll look around that building and stuff. I was getting really annoyed. I had to keep switching between my gun and my cutter in the inventory, but then I've realised if you go on the scan button, you auto switch to your cutter now, which it didn't really make that clear. So for a good half an hour, I was flicking between inventory just to get my cutter out every now and again, which was annoying. But now I don't have to. Just go on your scan mode, your cutter's there. But yeah, it's really good. Voice acting's great. The facial animations are so much better than normal Bethesda games. They're normally very wooden. I mean, they're not perfect. They still look a little waxy, but it's a massive improvement. And this game is going to totally improve when modders get on it. It's going to keep it relevant and interesting. And they've said the mods are coming to Xbox as well, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But
You know, I think something people like going into it, you kind of get overwhelmed because there's like so much going on, like in some of these missions. And I was gathering up all like pretty much like, you know how Fallout you grab like cups and all kinds of random shit just to sell. And I found it actually doesn't make as much sense to grab everything. Like how you said you're collecting the books. The books are actually higher value than you'd think. But like
I did pick up someone's half-eaten sandwich as well. Just because there's just a random half-eaten sandwich. I was like, yes, it's mine now.
The two big things I guess that I've been picking up is ammo and weapons, because like you run out of ammo quick, especially in some of these firefights.
So bloody quick. And if you pick up a weapon that's the same type as the one you've got, it doesn't move the ammo over. It stays in the weapon you pick up, so you end up having to flick about. But luckily, there's lots of melee options to this game, which I think are great. Like, you can literally play this game with just a little hammer, like an axe, if you really want to.
Yeah, it's like a battle axe or something like that.
Yeah, so I'm hoping I find like a really cool melee weapon in the future. Or like, also, there's rumours to have like force powers, isn't there? So maybe I'll play with them instead.
Yeah. If you do go to a planet and you find something that's prohibited, you need to find like I think the trade authority is what they're called. You can sell stuff to them and it's no questions asked, but if you try to transport it and you get busted, then they're gonna lock you up, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you get locked up, you have the option of joining the Crimson Raiders, and I have seen articles out there that if you want to make money fast and you have no problem with being a bad guy, joining the Crimson Raiders is the best way to go.
Oh, nice. There you go. I'm like chaotic neutral. I just do what I want, but I don't necessarily be evil, but I don't necessarily be good. So
I mean, if you could be truly evil like BMG, then you could make a ton of money with the Crimson Raiders.
That's it. That's what I need to do, clearly. That's all BMG does. He's just an evil man. But
Yeah,
so
look at his PFP. There you go.
that's it. That's it. And do you know what? I would kill, and I'm saying this now. I would kill for that Star Wars MMO to come to console. Like if they ported that to Xbox, I would be on that like a tramp on chips because that game is really good. Like it launched a bit light on content, but it's been updated loads, and I don't want to resubscribe on PC and start afresh and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's such a good MMO. Why they never poured it to console, I don't know. And now EA have sort of washed their hands of it. They've sent it out to a third-party studio, and
Jesus.
I just want it. I want more MMOs on on console. They're great. Like Final Fantasy on PlayStation 5 is an amazing MMO, and I cannot wait to play it on Xbox. I'm hoping I can convert my character, but I bet I can't. But this is a great game. This game feels like, imagine this, but with like 4-player co-op, but you can go anywhere at once, and you can all have like your own home planet, and then you can go to each other's planets. That would be amazing. I bet someone will patch in a co-op mode, like a mod in a co-op mode in the future.
You mean for Starfield?
Yeah, for Starfield. Yeah, can you imagine?
They'll have Starfield. They'll have Starfield 76. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's it. But so far, like, I'm really interested. It looks like I'm gonna be very busy. I've got lots to play at the moment though, so I'm trying to sort of juggle everything. But yeah, I'm really loving it, and like I say, it runs so smooth compared to any other Bethesda game I've played in a long time. Like I played Fallout 76 at launch and cried. I played Redfall at launch and cried. I played Skyrim at launch and it wasn't great. Skyrim at launch was really buggy. Whereas I've not really found any major bugs. I might have had odd little graphical bug or something like that, but I've not found anything like crazy yet. Just maybe the odd physics bug where like something will just fly off at some point, but core bugs I've not had any, and it seems to be doing well.
Show's gone to an ad.
Oh well, there you go. Sorry guys. It's the joys of YouTube. You'll live. Make sure you watch it though, right to the end. Make sure you watch that ad. Gives us that revenue because we need it. Cut down all our live shows now to just the one, and we don't get the super chats we used to. So it's been a massive drop off. So that's why there's not as many giveaways. I apologise, but I can only afford so many. But yeah, everyone seems to be liking Starfield. What's it sat at? 88 on PC, 87 on Xbox, which I thought it would get about 89. So it's about right.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah.
There's a couple of, I'm not going to get into the negative ones too much. There are a couple that, like, there's a 53 on Metacritic from some weird random website. There's no way this game is a 53. Do you know what? I could see someone thinking this is a 7. If it's not your cup of tea and you don't like how Bethesda games play, you may not enjoy this at all. And you may think it's clunky and a bit outdated. But if you're a fan of Bethesda games and like stuff like Skyrim and stuff, you'll think this is like the next stage in that evolution. It's just, it just makes me chuckle. It just makes me chuckle. But we're not gonna get into the negative side.
It's currently an 87 on Xbox, 88 on PC.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like it's in the same universe as Fallout because you go to Earth and it's completely trashed. You know?
Spoilers. Yeah. I'm not there.
Spoilers.
You spoiled it.
It's not really spoilers, though. I mean,
it is. Shh.
Well, it is because I didn't know when you told me.
That's a spoiler.
Well, okay. If people can live on Earth, why are they not like Mass Effect, where you have the council there, or whatever, or what is it called in Mass Effect? The United Navy or whatever the hell they're called. But if Earth is in good position, why would you not have the head of humanity on Earth, right? I mean, it's pretty much the writing was on the wall, I think, with that one.
Did the lightness and voice?
Did anyone else think the
Howard said in an interview though? I think he said in an interview that Earth was not in the picture.
I can't remember. I haven't really listened. I wanted to go in blind to it. So, did anyone else though think, because it's just on the screen right now, which is why I'm bringing it up, that black guy right at the beginning who like basically sets you off on your journey, like, and did you think? I thought he was Winston from Ghostbusters at first. He kind of sounded like him. He kind of had a look of him. If he shaved his bottom bit and just had the tash, I was like, oh, it's Space Winston.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's so laid back. He's just like, yeah, I'm not bothered. Let's go.
Okay,
Muppet,
so
maybe you're hearing no sound because there was supposed to be an ad there or something and you've blocked it. I don't know. But everyone else, it's showing sound on our end and on my computer because I'm watching this live as well just to keep track of the chat, basically. So
no more
apologies.
spoilers, I guess. No more spoilers. I won't tell people the truth about the Terramorphs. I promise I'll keep my mouth shut.
So I've only literally scratched the surface and I've got a long time to go. But I think it's going to be one of those I plod along. But I really want to play Cyberpunk. Like, I have a massive boner for Cyberpunk right now. I want to play it. It's got, if Keanu Reeves was in Starfield, I'd play Starfield more. But so
Yeah.
far, there's no Keanu Reeves, there's no Sean Bean in Starfield, and there's too much space. 7 out of 10. So it's just a bit. It's just going to take up so much time, and it's one of those games I can come back to all the time, basically, which is good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a nice sort of constant installation on my hard drive. I did have to delete a few games though to get it on the internal.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a
pretty
big ass
yeah.
downloading it. What is it? 116 gig?
It was 111 for me in the end. So
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's going to be one of them. This is going to be the only RPG I'll be playing for a long time, and it's something I'll be playing right through, going for a long time. But I'll as other smaller games come out, I'll be jumping into them, come away from Starfield, but I'll always go back, like I did with Skyrim. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago when I stopped playing Skyrim and was playing other stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to what the modding community does. I'm looking forward to what's going to be added and the stuff that's going to come in. Someone build me Superman. I need Superman in Starfield. Build that. I need that. I need to be Superman.
I want a red dwarf. That's all I want. A little red dwarf.
Oh, build me the Enterprise.
Yeah, that'll make you happy.
Yeah, let me be Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Just wait for the modders and stuff. It'll be great. It'll be great.
I already love the part. I'm bold.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm halfway there.
Are you doing it for Halloween? That can be a costume. You can just get the shirt.
Well, I asked my wife to save me some cardboard boxes, and she's like, "Why?" She says, "I want to make a space helmet." And she went, "What are you, 6?" And then crushed the box in front of me because I was going to have it for tonight. I was going to have a box
I'm
on
so
my head
disappointed.
Draw on. I was going to have a cardboard space helmet, but she destroyed the box.
I've got an outfit for Halloween though. Don't worry, I've ordered one this year, so
let me guess.
I'll wear it.
Some Ghostbusters related.
No, it's no Ghostbusters related, but I'll wear it on Halloween for the Halloween or the closest Halloween show. But yeah, I bought stuff. My kids have said, can we go with them this year? So I bought like costumes for us all. Found my son, he wanted a Minecraft one. I found an inflatable Enderman costume. So it's like you wear it, but it blows it up so it looks squared. I was like, that'll keep him busy.
I can't remember what show I was on, and it was last year. And
what show you were on? To Catch a Predator, you were on.
Yeah, Catch a Predator. But it was like we said, we'll dress up or something like that. Fancy.
Yeah, we were gonna do it. Was it either we were gonna either all dress up as Boris Johnson, or we were all gonna dress up as the Queen when she died, and we were gonna.
No, it was something to do with Star Wars. I don't think it was XPN. I can't remember what it was on.
Oh well, I know we were gonna do it on XBL.
I dressed as Darth Vader and came on camera and everything, and no one else dressed up but me.
Oh well, I will for the Halloween show. So if you want to come on the Halloween show with some sort of stupid costume, let's do it.
I'll find something. I might just have a light bulb in my mouth and be Uncle Fester.
Yeah, just get a trench coat. You've probably got one from your flashing days somewhere.
I think I've still got my school uniform from my school. I'll put that on and some like be a school zombie school kid or something.
Zombie school kid. All right then. Okay.
We've got another ad.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't switch them off. I can't. There must be a way to edit it, so I apologise. I do apologise to everyone if there's adverts. This is just YouTube being a massive pain in the ass. When we do it through StreamYard, I set it up, and it puts an ad on at the beginning, ad on at the end. But for some reason, with OBS, YouTube does what it wants. I'll have a quick look. I'm quickly going to the studio. I do apologize. I don't want ads on while we're talking. I'd much rather it just be at the beginning, at the end. I mean, we don't make really any money. Like, if you saw what we get from ad revenue, you'd laugh. But I do want at least to have the potential to get something at the beginning and at the end. So apologies to everyone. I will quickly edit this quickly. Just bear with me.
Finbar, you've got no chance of me dressing as Sonic for Halloween. I do not think
yes,
so.
I think you should. I think you'd look amazing, mate.
If I won't do it for charity to feed the kids and stop them from starving and dying, I ain't gonna do it for Halloween.
See, what I tell you, Ash, he's chaotic evil. There you go.
Oh, I can set timed ads during the stream, it says, so...
Chaotic evil wouldn't even feed the hungry kids.
That's it. It's disgusting. Disgusting. And he didn't even come dressed as a spaceman after promising us.
Charity starts at home. If you want to donate to the BMG Pizza Fund...
we still need we need to do like an in-person show, you and me, BMG, because like I work over nearer where you live. We need to there's an arcade between us, and we should do a show.
Wait, is that retro one, that retro arcade thing?
Yeah, and you pay for day, and you can play on all arcade machines.
Yeah.
We should have to. We'll arrange to have a meet, and other people can come in the UK if you want, or from abroad, but. We'll have a proper meet up and see everyone.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we could do that. My only problem is I don't wear pants.
Well, maybe if we pay for private, then you'll be allowed to just walk around in your undies or be cock out. So
yeah. I wear socks though. I'm not a complete monster.
Right, I've refreshed everyone. So if you all refresh the page, if you are getting adverts, just refresh, and they should stop coming up now. There should just be picture adverts at the side because I can't take them off. But yeah, sorry about that. People on podcasting services won't have to worry about that, so always good. So we're going to jump into our second game. Now, this one is, I don't know if you guys probably haven't played this, but I've been playing it a bit this weekend. My kids have been playing it because it came it's free play with gold. Like one of the last ones before it must get merged into like free play with Game Pass Ultimate. So this is the Lego 2K Drive game. Now, let me just get it on in front of me here, and because there's a lot of setting it up, unfortunately. Now, this game is basically a sort of Lego Forza Horizon game, in the sense that you drive around semi-open worlds. There's multiple areas, so they're smaller than Forza Horizon, but there's different ones. So there's like a main hub, then you've got like a prospector's world, you've got like a haunted zone, stuff like that, and they're all sort of themed around things. And you've got mini games to do, you've got missions, like story missions, races, time trials, like when you're driving on Forza and you find things to do, like the speed cameras and stuff. It's got all that sort of stuff as well. And one thing I like about it, you change your vehicle changes depending on where you're driving. So if you're driving on dirt, it changes into like a dirt-based car. If you go on water, it turns into a boat. If you go in the sky, it turns into a plane and stuff like that. But all seamlessly as you're driving. And you can build your own cars and everything. There's not much to them. They have slightly different stats, but they don't really have a huge thing. But you can totally build your own cars. However, what I did find out, you can also download like community-made ones. So currently, I have the Ecto 1 that transforms into a tumbler from Batman when I go off-road. And then like the boat I've got is like a fisherman's boat and stuff like that. So people have made all sorts of custom stuff, and they're really cool, and you can just download them and set them. But it isn't cheap, so I recommend playing it, giving it a try before you pick it up. It does also have co-op campaign, which I thought was awesome. Not enough games have split screen co-op campaign, especially driving games. So you can drive around this world, and one of you can attempt one sort of challenge while the other's attempting another. The only time you have to be in the same place is when you're doing races, like in the story stuff, which I thought was really cool because my kids just drive around and crash into things and stuff like that. And there was an achievement for like punting 200 people into the sky, so you're just like mowing people down to get achievements and stuff like that, which is always fun. But it looks great, it plays great. The only downside is there's a lot of microtransactions in this game, so you can earn cash from doing things, races and stuff like that, which can be spent in the game store, or you can spend real world money to buy more of this cash, which is a bit shady for a game that's aimed at kids, in my opinion. The game also features a season pass, but it takes the season pass from Halo Infinite, where it doesn't end. So even when the next one comes out, you can still keep getting the items from the first one, which I think all battle passes and season passes should adopt going forward. We don't want to be time bound and stuff like that. Like, what is it? The Crash Bandicoot game. I played that yesterday or the other day just to get the weekend. It had like a special weekend event, and if you knocked enough people out, you got like a boxing glove hat. I'm only like level 60 on the battle pass out of 100, and it finishes in 10 days. There's no way on earth I'm going to get to level 100. I just don't want to play games that much, the same game over and over and over, just to get a different skin. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a bit silly. Whereas stuff like this and Halo, I'd love that I can just jump on as and when and still rack up. As long as I pay for that premium one when it's released, I can then unlock the stuff from that premium one at a later date, and that's perfect for me. So, yeah, that's the one positive. But so far, my kids love it. My kids are really enjoying it. Got to break it to them. I'll probably not be buying it properly at the end of the week unless I can get like a cheap code online. So I've seen some on like an eBay and stuff like that. I might pick one up there just to sort of save a bit of money because it is extremely expensive, and it'll be their money. They have a bit. They get like pocket money each week, so they'll probably use that to put towards it. So, but it's stupid.
Take your money from the kids.
We give them so much a week, and they can spend it on what they want, and they just tend to save it up and stuff like that for games and toys and that. But my son's not played it. He loves racing games, and he's not been playing anything since Forza Horizon 5, but it deleted our save. I mentioned it on a XBL Party podcast-ish episode a few months back. It just literally one day just wiped our save, and we had like thousands, like probably about 150 hours on there. We'd unlocked hundreds of cars, done everything pretty much, and it stops you wanting to go back and replay it. So I was waiting for the new Crew Motorfest to come out because I know we'd play that. But I stuck this on Thursday night, and they've been playing it last couple of days and really enjoying it. So check it out. Like I say, it isn't super cheap. It is quite pricey. But if you want like a fun racing game that you can play online and co-op online, you can play split screen co-op as well on online races, which is pretty cool. You can't do bad with this. It's just a really high price. It's got that 2K tax. Like I know WWE 2K23 is on sale, but that's still extortionate at the moment. So I'll just stick with playing AEW and suffering.
Have you thought about picking up that WrestleQuest?
Yeah, it's just expensive. It's like 25 quid, and I think it's worth it. It looks beautiful. It's got a lot of hours. I watched the completionist video on it, and it looks great. But it's one of those things that I don't have a lot of time right now. There's so much coming out in the next like 2 or 3 months. Like we've got Starfield, we've got Motorfest, we've got Assassin's Creed, got possibly Alan Wake, we've got Spider-Man. Just they're the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. We've got Forza, we've got loads of stuff, and there's probably more I've forgotten. I don't want to rush out and pay full price for something that I'm not gonna just sit and play out all the way out. I'll pick it up when it goes on sale, and I'll not worry about it.
Just also, I think it was announced it's between October and November. Baldur's Gate 3 is coming out for Xbox,
and yet again another game. So it's going to be madness, honestly, absolute crazy.
It's hard to justify some of these purchases for brand new when you have so many heavy hitters coming out, and it's not just for Xbox, it's just across the board. You know, you got Spider-Man 2, you got Starfield, you got Forza, you know, you got the new RoboCop game coming out, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Call of Duty's going to be coming soon.
Yeah, you know, you got what is it, Jedi Survivor, and you have the Dead Space remake. Both of those will be in the EA service at some point, which of course is going to be on Game Pass. So even though those are on sale, I was kind of like, you know what? Why would I buy them when probably next year they'll be in the EA service, and by then I'll have finished Starfield and Forza and a few other games I want to pick up this year, and I'll have time for them. So it's a rough spot for developers for sure. because the market's so crowded.
Yeah. Game of the year is going to be very interesting when we come to them conversations. I'm assuming we'll probably sort of go the route we went last year.
You know what though? I think even it's like with Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 is in the same boat that Starfield is in. Because Spider-Man 2 is a game I'm really looking forward to. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I think people are going to have a lot of fun with it. But not everyone likes superhero games, right? So no matter how good Spider-Man is, no matter how good Starfield is, you're going to have people that don't like those types of games. And if you have that in the game of the year talk, there's going to be people on both sides that are arguing about it. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, we did it the way it kind of sort of worked last year. It was the Jinner came up with quite a good system. We all gave him our top 10, and he went and sorted it all, and it was really good. It actually we were convinced it wasn't going to work. It was going to be all over the place, and it actually worked really well. The game that had the most points ended up getting the game of the year. But it's like, I think a lot of people forget as well. Elden Ring was out this year. That came out in February, and it's like, how many people even talk about or think about Elden Ring now since all these other games have come out, since Baldur's Gate 3 came out on the PC? So it's going to be very interesting.
The interesting thing about Elden Ring was that it was difficult, but it allowed people to help you. That helped to kind of limit how difficult it was, because you could have people help you fight some of these hard bosses. So it did have a hard difficulty, but it was more accessible than other games that are Souls-like, as we call it. Yeah. I think that's going to help it to have some real traction when it comes to Game of the Year.
It'd be interesting. There's just so many games that have come out that have been amazing, games that are still coming out. It'll just be interesting to see, not only our conversations, but other shows and things on where they look at and they land at, and where the Game Awards lands at, because that's the thing. Because like this Game Awards this year, there's just so many. It's like, how can you? Because I think they pick, is it 6 or 7, and then from all the different outlets, and then they work it out from there. But I just think it's not going to be easy. It's not going. I couldn't. No. I'd struggle putting a top 10 list together at the moment. I'd really struggle. By the time all the games come out that we want to play, I would struggle.
Oh yeah, it's crazy at the moment,
isn't it? I don't know where I'd put stuff. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. But looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting to see what else drops or anything, because there's still things that could happen and come out that gets announced soon, because it seems to be a thing. Sorry, it seems to be a thing where you get the odd shadow drop here and there for a game, and it ends up being a runaway success. Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
It now came out there and then. So I've not played it because it's not my type of game, but I've seen stuff on it, and it's a really highly rated game. So it's like, where's that going to land on people's list? Because I don't know whether it being coming out on Game Pass or not is going to go in its favour or not in its favour with other games, but. Yeah. There's just a lot happening, a lot coming out, a lot that's already out. There are these AAA top tier games as well as indie games. There's been some amazing indie games. I know I'm not a big indie game player, but there's been some amazing games that have dropped that are very high quality, and it's just going to be. I don't know how we're going to do it. We're going to need like the top 50 list or something like that, But it'll be interesting, and I say it just seems this. I think for a long time, I would say this has been one of the best years in gaming in a very long time, and not just like saying just for me it's the best year of gaming, as in across. Look at all the genres that have come out, all the different games that have come out. That there's something for everyone this year. I personally believe, from racing to fighting to simulation to strategy to RPG to story driven. There's literally something for everyone, whatever genre you like, something out there.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy where the whole place is going right now. It's just mind-boggling to just keep on top of it all. There's just so much, and I'm just like, holy hell. I mean,
it's a good problem to have, isn't it? It's a too
definitely
many games to play, but but then it's like we've got all this year and all these big games. It's like, what comes next year?
Yeah.
What sort of are we going to have a year where it's a bit of a lull period, which I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind, to be honest, because the amount of games that are coming out that I probably won't get round to playing this year anyway, stuff that I can catch up on next year. But it's that, what if we're getting hit with all this stuff this year? What does that leave for next year across all the boards? Because we know, like with Sony, PlayStation, Jim Ryan has said on the investor meeting that a lot of their games have been delayed. But another thing we need to consider, especially going into next year, that Sapphire Agra, whatever they're called, the ones that have done the film strikes.
Yeah, they're just about to strike, aren't they? Trying to strike in gaming now.
And video games, yeah. So that's going to affect a lot of voice acting, likeness using and stuff like that. So we don't know until the impact hits. We don't know how much that's going to impact, because we know with films, they still haven't come to an agreement. They're still on strike. So a lot of films that are made with, US actors and directors and writers, they're not doing anything. They're not working. So literally any film that's meant to come out next year is probably going to be delayed a year, maybe 2. We don't know, because it affects everyone in the industry, not just the actors. And when it comes to the games, it's going to affect voice actors, likenesses as well, writers, designers. It's going to affect across the industry, and we're probably not going to feel the effects of that till next year, late next year. Who knows? I know it's not every company that'll be striking, but your big ones like you Take-Two. Is this going to delay GTA 6? Because they're still doing stuff for that. Is that, with writers, designers, actors, is that going to put a lot of their stuff on hold? Because, as we all know, things aren't voice acting stuff. It's not all done in one take. It's multiple takes, multiple days. One piece of dialogue could take months to do. It's all that's going to be delayed. EA's big with the Star Wars games. It's like, what we're going to lose from that? What's going to be on hold from that? The sports games. Stuff like that, because of the designers, the writers, and everything else. So we don't know how that's going to affect yet, because we're not feeling it yet. Because what we're getting now is what we should have got 2 years ago.
Yeah.
This 2020 and 2021, all this that we've got now is what we should have had over them 2 years. And due to COVID and delays and stuff, which we all understand, it's now brought out this year, so we're getting hit with everything this year. It's what's next year going to be like, and I think personally, especially with strikes action, being going ahead as well, I think we're going to have a quiet year across the board. Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, all your third-party game publishers. I think we're going to see a big lull period, and I think Warner Brothers is one of the ones that they announced was a big part of it. I can't remember which studio was working on Wonder Woman, but apparently they're working on multiple DC hero games. So they're going to be delayed. Suicide Squad, see that in 2020, 2025.
20 million.
Next year. Yeah, because obviously with the big names and stuff that's being used in there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where we're at next year. But we're living in the moment now. We've got so much to play. If it's a quiet year next year, that's fine, because there's that many games that I'm probably not going to get round to. Just means I've got stuff that will keep me going anyway. And Starfield's probably going to keep me going for a long ass time anyway. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
The game of the generation is launching next year, so it's going to dominate everyone's attention.
Uncharted 5?
No, Grand Theft Auto 6.
Peppa Pig 3.
I don't think you're going to get Grand Theft Auto. I don't think you're going to get next year.
I don't think Grand Theft Auto is next year. I honestly think it'll be year after.
Yeah, Take-Two, because Take-Two is
October 2024.
But I don't think it is, because unless they can come to some agreement, because like say Take-Two, the majority of their staff between writers, designers, voice actors, animators are all in this union, and they're all going on strike. And it only takes a month's delay. A month's delay in production could mean 6 to 12 month delay in a game releasing.
It's true, but
so who knows? Who knows? I hope.
What I say this is, how about if I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, then I'll admit it. Hey, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, and it comes out October 2024, you have to be on one of the podcasts wearing like a Sonic cap or something.
Hang on a minute. Why do
Yes.
why do you just get a? Oh, I'll admit I'm wrong, but I have to wear a stupid rat blue suit. That's that. No.
I think you both have to. I think you should have a proper one here, but I think you both have to have some sacrifice.
No, we'll figure something. We'll take the bet. We'll do the bet, but we'll figure it so it works. Fair in both ways, not just me looking like a twat.
My sacrifice is admitting I was wrong. There you go.
No, you have to wear a "Make America Great Again" hat.
He's already got 3. No. What are you on about? It's in his cupboard with his AR and his Confederate flag.
Oh my God, you guys!
Yeah, you got to wear that, and you've got to literally have a picture of Trump in the background, and every 2 minutes you've just got to reach over and stroke.
It sounds like I'm having to sacrifice a lot more than you are with this deal. That's fucked up.
Oh no! I'll tell you what, even better. You've got to wear a Donald Trump mask.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
we can just use his life-size bust he's got in the other room. It's fine.
But you got to do all the hand actions. I'm gonna make America great again, okay? Yeah. You got to do the whole hand things and everything.
Oh Jesus! Never mind. This is not a bet worth taking.
No, it's too late now. It's set in stone.
Oh Jesus.
Oh
my
gee.
God.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, come on, delayed 2025.
Oh. I'm waiting for this now. I'm looking forward to this. One way or another, I get enjoyment out of it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, did you enjoy that?
I was thinking he was gonna make me wear like a ball cap or something, not go completely crazy.
Oh yeah. Or do we get him to shave his head like live on air?
He might already be bald.
Yeah, I already shaved my head, so it's not a big thing.
Or maybe you have to grow your hair and dye it pink.
Oh Jesus, no, definitely. No.
We'll figure it.
That would be on par with you doing something like going to Gamescom completely blue with a Sonic ball cap on or something. That would be that level.
I wouldn't wear Sonic, but I would go completely blue and naked.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be there long though, would you? Bless you.
No.
Yeah. You'd be beating him with the stick and arresting him.
I need to go to the next Game Awards or Gamescom and run on stage completely dyed blue naked.
Shouting,
Bill Clinton wants to play GTA 6.
Wow.
And then touch Jeff inappropriately with my own penis.
If you're wearing a Kojima shirt, he'd probably let you do it anyway. He'd be like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it might get a bit weird.
I'm not shaving. Stubbs, I shave my head all the time. No, I just shave my own when I can't be asked to cut it, so it's not really worth it. I'll do it. Yeah. It don't bother me. It's these bell ends.
Do you know what your beard reminds me of? That what was it called? Was it called Stripe from Gremlins? The black and white one.
I've got the 2 white stripes down the side.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Great. What's weird is like the sides here are just like white all the way around, and it's just still slightly dark on top. So.
Well, it happens to you when you get over the age of 60.
16, yeah. I'm the youngest here. At least I've still got hair. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I've got too many headboards.
BMG said he was bald at like age 14, so it doesn't count.
I was born bald and died bald.
Going out the way you came in.
That's it. Well, no, I'm not going in the way I came out. Oof, no. Hell no. That's trauma counselling I'll need.
Come on, Mum. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
I'm looking forward to it. So...
Do I hear a joke?
Go on, then.
Why don't you see a pregnant Barbie doll?
Why?
Because Ken came in a different box.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yep.
There you go. 28th of October is a Saturday, so just before Halloween, we can We can do a Halloween special. We'll talk about Halloweeny games and shit like that. It'll be great.
We need to play. We need to figure out when we're gonna play.
I've picked up some horror games recently as well, so I've got a pile of them like over the last couple of sales. So
Yeah, I want to do the Quarry. Quarry's the definite one. I've got now, and I picked it up on Xbox actually, 'cause it was only £8.24. Dark Pictures Anthology, the House of Ashes.
I need to pick that up as well. Yeah, I'm literally
It's
looking
on
at it.
sale now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
If I've got some
Yeah.
cash at beginning before sale ends on Tuesday, I'll pick it up.
Yeah, so I've got Man of Medan, Little Hope, House of Ashes. I've just not got Devil in Me because that's like still like £30-40 or something like that. So, but we'll see where we end up. But yeah, we
Do
definitely
I
need
need
to
a
play
copy to play it with you? I'm sure they had a thing where you could play with a friend if you didn't even own it. I don't know if
Can't
that's still a
remember.
thing.
We'll have to have a look. We'll look into it. But yeah, definitely everyone keep an eye on us. Doing that. We're gonna over the Halloween period. We're gonna be playing some Halloween games, horror games, and stuff that we can play in co-op and we can stream, like the Quarry, as well as the Dark Picture Anthology. And I think there's some more, but we'll figure that when we get closer to the time.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to do that. I'm looking forward to it. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. Gonna be fun.
Oh, I'll tell you what is out. Oh, we're gonna have to pick it up, but comes out end of September. Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia.
Essentially, it got announced. It's been a VR game, but they have now announced it. For
Oh yeah,
non-VR
yeah. We talked
console.
about it last week. Yeah. Phasmophobia.
Where you get a bunch of years and you're going around a house and you got to use all the devices and talk to try and find.
Yeah, I'm down for
find
that. Definitely. Yeah.
ghosts and stuff like that.
Do they have an estimate of when they're gonna have it out on consoles yet?
Probably Halloween, I would assume.
Yeah. Stubbs got a question. I have Starfield early access upgrade, so much. So how much is it on its own? Is it to own it? If you were to buy the premium edition, so if you weren't using Game Pass or the upgrade and you were just getting the premium edition, it's $99.99.
Yeah.
With Game Pass, obviously it's including your subscription, and if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get a discount on the upgrade pack, so you're only getting it for like £31.29.
Yeah, it's 10%. You get like
Yeah.
$3.50 or something off of it.
Yeah. So it's better way to do it, better way to play it instead of forking out £100 for something you can get for 30 odd quid and get the early access with the expansion, because the expansion is included in that when that releases at some point.
Yeah. Otherwise, you could buy the expansion, the core game for 70 when it comes out, and then the upgrade for 35. So you end up paying like 15 quid more or something like that. Oh no, 5 quid more, 6 quid more. So
yeah,
either way, what I'll end up doing is I'll probably pick up Starfield in like a year's time when it's on a massive sale.
Oh yeah,
That's what I've done with most of Microsoft games. I play them on Game Pass, and then I'll pick them up dirt cheap on a sale at one point, just so then I own them. So if I ever decide to stop Game Pass, I still, unless it's a game I'm never going to play. Like I'm never going to play Bleeding Edge again, so I'm not going to buy that. Do you know what I mean? I'm probably not going to play some of the others as well. So,
but it's one of them. You got you because obviously with Starfield coming out September, you've got you're gonna have Black Friday sales, January sales, going into spring sales, because literally every season there is a sale for something on all platforms. So it'll definitely drop in price in 5-6 months time, if that. So keep an eye.
Bleeding Edge was so bad I was bleeding from my eyes playing.
No, I enjoy it. I think Bleeding Edge is good. It's just lack of updates. That was the problem. It's the same thing that Microsoft seems to suffer with. Like they pump out these games, and I'm not saying this was a Microsoft issue, because obviously this was well in development. It came out literally like 2 or 3 months after they bought them, so they had nothing to do with this. But it was clearly a game that needed some content, and they took like 4 months to put out one map and one extra character. And it's one of those games where you need like a new hero and a new map every 2 months, or every month would be ideal. So
The only game that was worse than Bleeding Edge at launch was Destiny 2. That was dog shit.
Oh, well, you leave
Still
Destiny
is dog
alone.
shit.
Just to answer
It was
Stubbs'
so
other...
bare bones. It's like they were giving it away free, and people were still like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't even want
Yeah, it was bare bones when it launched. Stubbs, to your other question, wouldn't you need the premium game though if you didn't have Game Pass? No. If it's the idea is if you were to say you stopped your Game Pass but you bought the premium upgrade, you've still got the upgrade. You just have to buy the standard game, and then you would have the premium edition because you've already purchased the upgrade. So you would just then buy the standard Starfield game and own the game, and obviously still have the upgrade. So you would still have the premium edition. You wouldn't have to then buy the premium edition because you bought the upgrade. But yeah, just keep Game Pass going.
Oh my god, I've just gone down the list of what's coming out soon on Xbox. Holy moly, it's busy. Like, it's just mad. Motorfest. We've got Super Bomberman R2, which isn't for everyone, obviously, but it's there. You've got Mortal Kombat 1. There's a NASCAR game coming out called NASCAR Rush, which looks actually really... It's like a kart racing NASCAR game, which I've not seen before, which looks really fun. I might end up picking that up if it's cheap. Payday 3, Lies of P, you've got Party Animals. It's just mad. You've got Cyberpunk's DLC's coming out. There's a new Dragon Quest game which I really want to play. Lamplighters League, Forza, Assassin's Creed Mirage, there's Sword Art Online, Lords of the Fallen, Sonic Superstars, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, Metal Gear Collection, Ghost Runners 2, Alone in the Dark 2. Is it just Alone in the Dark? Alan Wake 2, the new Like a Dragon, Gaiden, Call of Duty, Persona 5 Tactica. It's just mad. Avatar, Prince of Persia, Tekken 8, and then Persona 3. It's just madness. There's so much. Jusant as well coming to Game Pass. There's loads. Oh my god, it's gonna be absolutely crazy, and I can't wait. This has probably been the best year in gaming in the last decade. Like in terms of like how much has been released, and I attribute about half of it to obviously COVID delayed a lot, and they're finally like some of these games have been delayed for like 2 years, so we're finally getting stuff. So next year will not be anything like this, but it's just madness, isn't it? It's just crazy. We're just spoiled rotten.
We've literally got like 2 years worth of games in 1 year. So it's just like absolutely every month there's just something. And Helldivers 2 is meant to drop this year as well, which I'm looking forward to playing. They haven't announced official release date yet, but from like rumours and speculation that it's literally not far off to go on there. It's rumoured to come out in October, which is insane because they're like the studio that makes Helldivers. They're like a second party. They just make games for PlayStation, but the second party, and it's like, why would you let it release when you've got these big games coming out in October, especially Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2?
Here's my big question about these big games that are launching, especially this year. How many of them left behind last generation? How many of them are focused on this generation only?
I don't know. Good question, to be honest. Call of Duty isn't.
No.
Call of Duty
I mean, because that saves resources, it saves them time, and I understand people are still on Xbox One X and they're still on PS4 or PS4 Pro, but it cuts down the development time obviously if they can just focus on this generation. And I feel like the reason why a lot of these games are finally ready to go now is because you look at Starfield. I don't believe it's on an Xbox One X at all. And you got Forza Motorsport, the newest one. It's not on last generation. It's only on this generation. So as these games that might have at one point been in development for last gen, as they abandon them and focus on the current gen, I think we're going to see the timetable of development shorten over the games that came out like during the first 2 or 3 years of this console generation.
I'm not sure what the fuck you're on about, Stubbs. There's no games. There's literally tons of games.
Yeah, I think he's doing that. Xbox has no games.
Right, that makes sense.
There's no games. Yeah, that. I'm assuming that's what he means.
But It's going to be absolutely madness. It's going to be mad. I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in. It's just mad. Crazy.
Yeah, Finbert COD is on previous gen. They've already announced it'll be on Xbox One, PS4, as well as Series S.
Need to
X,
keep
and
those.
PS5.
The money's coming in for that, don't they? So.
Surprised it's not still on Xbox 360. To be honest, I mean,
to be fair for because obviously you look at the install base on the consoles now, and PlayStation is the bigger install base for COD.
Yeah.
The amount of people that still on PS4 that don't have PS5, and the amount of consoles that are still going now, it's like you wouldn't stop making it for that. You would sooner downgrade it slightly, because even if the game was dog turd, even if literally you was a dog turd rolling around on the floor shooting stuff, it would still sell hundreds of millions of copies. It's because it's COD. Yeah, we know it's a joke, Stubbs. That's what. Don't worry, we know it's a joke.
Right, so we're going to jump away from gaming quickly to quickly talk about the movie of the week. I'm assuming you've watched it, BMG. So it was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. It finally came out to digital this week, so I managed to watch it. I did half-half watch it though, because I was doing other stuff. I was playing at the same time, but I did watch it. Have you seen it, Sentinel? You probably haven't, but
no, not at all. I just the last Indiana Jones I really didn't like, and this one I wasn't really looking forward to that much. I kind in my mind I kind of want to pretend that at the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, he fell off his horse, he's in a coma, and he's dreaming all this shit up. So that's kind of what I have in my head,
I'm not gonna lie. I wish they retconned the last film, because I don't like the last film. But spoilers, if anyone, and it's not a huge spoiler, but they basically do say a big fuck you to the last film by spoilers. Last chance, just shush for 2 seconds, by basically killing off Shia LaBeouf's character. Which is, they're just like, oh, he's dead. oh, he's dead.
Yeah, but they did the same thing with Vin Diesel in the second Triple X, and then they brought him back in the third one. So
this movie it's because Shia LaBeouf went nuts and crazy, didn't he? So
and his character was rubbish.
Yeah.
So they killed it. To be fair though, it works well. Killing his character off. It's a big character-driven to Indiana Jones, where he's at in life and stuff like that, and why he is where he is, basically. So it works really well. It's a good plot point and like a little twist. One thing I would say, the de-aging CGI they did at the beginning of the film was some of the best I have ever seen. Oh my god, he could do another 10 Indiana Jones with that CGI, because it looked he looked young, like he looked amazing.
But his voice wasn't though.
No, it was. He sounded like a 60-year-old man with a 25-year-old face. But you could have just tweaked his octave a bit.
Yeah, they could.
What's going to happen though? He's going to die, and they're going to just AI him in now. It'll be an AI. It'll be computer generated picture of his face with AI voice. That's what it'll be.
They'll do like they did with Princess Leia in the Rogue One. They just used someone to like mocap it over, I guess.
To be fair, I'm sure they've come out and said this will be the last one until they decide they want more money. But at this moment in time, it is the last one, and it's all right. It's not as good as the original 3, but it is 100% better than the last one.
I need to find the scenes that they cut out, because in the trailer, if you remember watching the movie trailer, you remember what was the little kid from Temple of Doom called? That little kid, right? Yeah. So he's actually, you watch the movie theoretical release trailer, he's in it. But in the film, none of them scenes are even in it.
No,
at all.
Know.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, because I was watching thinking, hang on a minute, there must be some end credit scene where they go to China to see the little kid that's now grown up, because he was on the red carpet event and everything, because he was in the film. They filmed the whole thing of it.
Save it for director's cut.
But it's not even in the film, and I was well gutted. Oh, Dr. Jones. I swear, he seems still looking the same height, but about 50 years older. But no, it's a good film. Definitely better than the Crystal Skull. Not the best Indiana Jones film. You're not going to beat the original 3.
They would never nowadays. Like he's getting on. He looks old. I did like that Antonio Banderas was in it though. That was great. Even though
a very short period
he
of time,
looked very old, yeah. But it was nice. I love seeing him pop up in things. But yeah, it was good to see him, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So like for the
Yeah.
future, like I hope they leave it dead, and I actually want to watch the originals again. Whereas when I watched the last Indiana Jones film, I was like, I'm done now. I don't want to watch those again for a while. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they definitely play into it. You know, it's like the story and the way they do it. I like what they did. I like the story. I like what was happening. And I like the fact that he literally said, you know, he's retiring. I've had enough now. I'm done with it. You know, you start the film with him half naked in a chair. Literally, he's in his underwear, sat in a chair. You know,
like a state,
just asleep. Yeah, like a right mess. And you know, wives left him because the son died and stuff, and everything had fallen apart. And then to see he kind of gets pushed to going back in when he didn't want to, and didn't want to get involved, didn't want anything to do with it. And it's nice to see him being dragged on that journey, getting into it. It was a good story. Mads Mikkelsen played a good character.
Yeah, always does.
Played it very well. Didn't like the guy with the short blonde hair and the mustache. He just
no, but now he's the worst one in it.
Yeah. The big guy was cool. The big guy just like threw people around and pushed them and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a good film. It wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. I did enjoy it. It was a good way to end Indiana Jones, to end the franchise, so to speak, as it stands at the moment. It was a good fitting way to end it, and you know, having that happy ending and what have you. It was, and you saw like there was a few Easter eggs relating to like original films and that was in there. It was really good. But yeah, the whole Dial of Destiny thing, I thought it's a bit, you know, I'd have gone somewhere a lot cooler than where they wanted to go. But it was fun. It was good. It was good, and it was good to see it, and I really enjoyed it. It's sad to see that it's coming to an end, but it's hard because, you know, actors that we all watched back in like the 80s and 90s, all these action movies, they're all old men with Zimmer frames now that are still trying to act and do stuff. You know, there's another Expendables film coming out.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
I just don't, how Sylvester Stallone still even gets around is beyond me. His face droops more though,
I'm sad they haven't released the Expendables one they were planning to do years ago. They would have all the female action stars in it, and then they just never did it, and I don't know why.
That's because when they did the Oceans film with all the female cast, and it flopped, and nobody liked it.
I didn't mind that. I didn't mind it. My downside was they killed off Danny Ocean in it. Like, you didn't even have any of like the main people, and I get why they didn't do it, but.
Well, you know, with Expendables though, there was the whole premise was because of the line that Stallone said in Rambo: First Blood Part 2 about being expendable. That's where the whole idea came from. When he was competing with Schwarzenegger back in the 80s, and you had so many key characters that should have been in Expendables movies, like Michael Biehn from the Terminator. Of course, he was also in Aliens. He was in The Abyss. He was a big-time 80s action guy. You know, you had Carl Weathers, of course, and they're just completely absent. And so they were bringing in people in Expendables movies that shouldn't have been in Expendables movies. Megan Fox is a great example. Why would you have her and not someone like Sigourney Weaver or Gina Carano or someone like that? You know, someone that's legitimately an action star. And you also had, you know, like I said, guys that weren't there. You know, you got Thor's little brother was a sniper, you know, in Expendables 2? And it's like, why would you not have someone, like, why would you not have Michael Biehn, or why would you not have Carl Weathers in there at all? You know, I know Stallone has beef, but he also had beef with Schwarzenegger back in the day, and they buried the hatchet.
So it's like Charlie Sheen.
Did you say Mr. Bean was in one of the films? I don't remember
Michael
Mr. Bean.
No, not Mr. Bean. No, Michael Bean.
We need
Kyle
Charlie
Reese
Sheen
from
back.
the Terminator. Kyle Reese from the Terminator. That's who he played.
Kyle Reese from the Terminator, though, looks like a crackhead nowadays, so that's probably why he's not.
Yeah.
We need a new Hot Shots film with Charlie Sheen back in it.
Right,
we don't.
right.
But while he's fucked up.
You know what they should have had in the Expendables 4? They should have had where Tom Cruise starts at the very beginning. The very first scene is he's running down the block, and like through the movie they show he's still running. And then at the end of the movie, he's finally running and getting to where he's going. But that's like the running gag in the whole movie is like he doesn't do anything other than just run down the block. Yeah.
But there is bad news on the Indiana Jones front that it's not coming to Disney Plus this month, even though they normally come out around this time. They've released the September lineup and it's not there, so it'll probably be coming in October, probably just so they can stretch that content out, because there's nothing. Like, Disney Plus is literally getting the dregs of content updates at the moment.
And they're introducing next year the you're not allowed to do password sharing from next year.
I've already cancelled, man. I got like so many months free using my Tesco reward points, and once that runs out, I'm just not going to bother, because like it's just so expensive nowadays, and we're just not. No, none of them are providing good content and quality, I don't think. I only keep Prime at the moment because I get like the discounted post and stuff and the quicker deliveries, even though that's not going to be as good soon. So, but yeah, Disney Plus, you're getting Little Mermaid this week, but that's it.
See, Prime's the only one I pay for because I get Netflix free with Sky TV. It's actually cheaper. Like, it works out cheaper for the top package of Netflix. What is it now? $19.99 or $18.99? $18.99 through Sky, because I've got it part of my Sky package for the top package with all the 4 screens and all that.
Yeah.
$5.99.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is insane. At Disney Plus, I'd get free for life because it was a Black Friday deal a couple of years ago with O2. They were giving it free for life as long as you keep the contract.
Oh, nice.
So
that's not bad then.
I don't pay for
so
Disney
we
Plus.
all want your password, mate. That's what. Come on.
Yeah, I think I've got about 5 different people that use it. It's like it's all sorts of random stuff. I don't watch the odd Marvel film now and again because I'm getting old, so things creak and ache. So now and again I like a bath, put all the salts in, the muscle relaxing, and then what I do is I take my vape, I take a beer in the bath, I set my iPad up, and I watch like Iron Man or Thor or Avengers while I'm in the bath.
Nice.
Old man thing to do. No, don't do that because it floats around everywhere. You're like, oh, get away.
Oh, man. Oh, that's disgusting.
I have no shame.
You don't. Right. What else have we got to talk about? Because we're slowly blasting through the time. Obviously, I went to AEW All in last week. It was a good show. Probably the best AEW show I've ever watched. I don't watch a lot of them, but I had a good time. Some good matches and everything. So I highly recommend checking that out. It was on Freeview on the UK. It was on ITV4 on Thursday night as well. But this weekend, there's just even more wrestling. So we got Payback, WWE Payback tonight. John Cena hosting. Great lineup there. And AEW All Out tomorrow night. So there's 2 nights of back-to-back pay-per-views. I'm looking forward to WWE's. I'll be covering it on the channel. Probably I'll do a quick review or something like that. But back-to-back 2 pay-per-views, 2 weeks on trot from AEW. That's crazy. So
ITV4, they now have the streaming rights, don't they, for AEW?
Yeah, I think they put the weekly episodes on at like 1 a.m. or some stupid o'clock time.
And they've got the pay-per-views as well. I'd seen a thing release. It was on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, the other day that they've got the rights to show that.
Oh, nice.
How did you enjoy CM Punk's very last match with AEW?
It was all right. I don't like CM Punk. He's a massive bitch. So
he is a knob, but
he is. Some
it's
good matches though. Some
well.
really good matches. Sting having that coffin match was really good. Worst bit of the night though was listening to bloody Chris Jericho sing his theme tune walking to the ring. My God, he were out of tune. It were horrible. It was fucking shocking. I want my money back just for that. But yeah, it was good. Really good. Good atmosphere. Not as loud as like the WWE pay-per-views I've been to. That could have been because there was no roof on Wembley, so it doesn't reverb as much. But they were when they were at Cardiff. Oh my God, it shook the bloody venue. It was so loud. But yeah, it was good. There's some good matches. I highly recommend checking it out. Some predictable finishes like Paige winning and stuff like that because it's just from UK. But yeah, worth watching. It makes me want to watch the other pay-per-views a bit more interest, like with a bit more interest going forward. So I'll give this one at the weekend a watch on Monday and see if it were any good. But if it's not, I'll just go back to normal.
Well, you'll have to watch WWE because they've wheeled John Cena out the
Hey,
retirement home.
John Cena's back for 2 months straight now. Obviously, because he
Right.
can't work because they're all striking, so he
Yeah.
needs his other job.
Well, he had that last farewell match because he said, this is come in, help get this guy over, and that was it. He was done because he says, but because he did like an interview, didn't he, backstage, and it was like 5 minutes, and he said, look, I can only wrestle so much and do so much because of insurance. So it's like clearly because of his age and stuff, he's got to be careful what he can and can't do. But he is looking old.
He is,
Honestly,
bless him. I wish I
It's
looked
like-
as well as him, though.
it's like if I saw if my granddad was still alive walking down the street in joggers and bright t-shirt. And
Hey,
and
your
baseball
granddad
cap,
must have been jacked.
going around going, you can see, and all. He's just so old, and he looks because he's not got that muscle mass anymore, has he?
No,
How thin
he
does
looks
look?
so thin in the he doesn't
He
look bad.
does.
He's got the
No,
frame
no,
and the
still in
muscles,
shape,
but
yeah.
he's so
But
much
still
lighter
not
than he
what he
did. Like
was.
no, that's probably because he's had to unbeef for movies. Do you know what I mean? He's probably had to thin down.
Yeah, because the movie studios don't like that, because when Schwarzenegger was lifting real big back in the early 80s, they actually told him he had to lose 30 to 40 pounds. And even when he lost, because he said he was like 275, 280, they still considered 260 to be too heavy. So it's not a stretch to think that they told John Cena the same thing, because John Cena at his heaviest, no matter what he was billed, was about 258.
Yeah.
So they could say, hey, you're too big, for 6'2". We need you like 225. Which means he's on the treadmill and he's eating more salad and less protein. So that's why
Have you
he'll
seen
probably look
Fast
skinnier.
10 yet?
The
No.
newest one, I haven't. No.
I've watched it. I watched it. I watched it the same day I was watching Indiana Jones. He's like really because John Cena's in it, and he looks really big and built. So clearly, it's a short period of time. He's sort of dropped down to the weight and size that he is. Spoilers: there's going to be another one. If you're disappointed with the ending of Spider-Verse, you're going to be disappointed with the ending of Fast 10. No.
It's not hard for someone like John Cena to gain like 20 or 25 pounds in a short amount of time, because he pretty much does the same thing The Rock does. He'll do 10,000 calories a day for like 6 weeks, and he'll lift in the morning, he'll lift at night, and it'll make his muscles super big and super swollen because he's already been to that point. And so then once he's done with the movie, he just cuts his calories back down to 2,000 and he'll shrink back down. But it's because his body was used to working out like that for 20 years. That's why he can gain so much weight and then he can drop it quick. Like for guys like us that aren't lifting all the time, it's a lot harder,
I like him more as an actor than a wrestler. I think his acting is so natural and so funny. Really,
I need to watch that one. That new one is in the
with Jackie Chan.
No, the Holiday Friends 2. He was funny in the first one. I need to watch the second one. I haven't watched it yet.
Well, don't watch that Hidden Strike film with Jackie Chan. It is awful.
I'm still gonna watch that. I'm still gonna watch it.
It's time of your life you'll never get back. Is that bad of a film?
It sucks. Jackie Chan used to be straight. I mean, he's like 75 now though. So
need more Jackie Chan films. I want another Rush Hour film.
Yeah, I do want another Rush Hour film. Wow.
You know what though? I'm sure Jackie Chan has approached Chris Rock with or Chris Tucker with the thing, hey, let's do another one. Like Ice Cube said, hey, you know what? I approached Chris Tucker for another Friday movie, but it's up to him, So I'm sure he's been approached by both of these, but it's just if he wants to do it.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna Google it, but I am pretty sure there is a Rush Hour in the works.
They've already said, they're working on one. Whether it ever comes to out, it's been for years. So in December last year, Jackie Chan confirmed it was in development. So that's December 2022.
So it was definitely they were talking about, and I did remember him saying something that they both wanted to do it. It's usually the first film's brilliant and the others kind of go crap after that. But I thought Rush Hour 3 was the best film.
Did you ever watch the Rush Hour TV show?
No, I didn't.
Don't. It's terrible.
I do remember it, but no, I didn't watch it because it did look shit. Hey, who are you? I'm you. No, I'm me. No, I'm me. He's you. Going around with a chicken under his. Oh, it's hilarious. Classic films. I love the Rush Hour films.
Yeah. Always fun. Right, well, quickly, let me just see what we've got news-wise to cover quickly before we jump into 20 questions. So, can't remember what I
Starfield
even
comes
put.
out in a few days. There you go. There's the news.
Yeah, so the main sad thing is obviously Volition closes down. Basically, the hammer of destruction from the Embracer Group has hit its first target, and I feel like Volition were probably always going to be the first one, especially after how badly received Saints Row was. So it is a shame that they've shut down. Like Volition have done quite a few games over the years that I do like. So I am sad that they've gone, like they did Descent, Summoner, Red Faction 2, the
Yeah.
Saints Row games.
You know what though? I feel like they may have kept him around if the head of the Saints Row studio wouldn't have been so antagonistic towards the fans. And I keep bringing that up, but it was in a lot of YouTube videos. People keep receipts. You know, because it's like if they're positive and they're willing to accept criticism, I feel like a group like Embracer might say, "Hey, we'll just do this or that to try to keep it going."
Have you ever thought though, what happened if they were told to do that by Embrace? They wanted to do a proper Saints Row game, and Embrace were like, "Ooh, maybe not. Maybe make it a bit more watered down for everyone."
It could be true, but the head of the studio was going crazy on Twitter, calling people terrorists and shit. It's like, are you serious, lady? Chill the fuck out. It's like go smoke some vape, go have a Foster's, and chill the fuck out, right?
That's it. And
There
it's
you go.
going to PlayStation Plus for September as well.
It's
It's new Saints
such
Row
a
game.
happy send
As
off
they
for
shut
them.
down. And as the price, that's another thing. The price, PlayStation Plus, what PlayStation Plus Essential next month is going up $20. PS Plus Extra is going up $30. PS Plus
Yeah.
Premium is going up $40 for the year. It's insane. Absolutely,
You know-
I won't be renewing my PS Plus.
I don't think I
subscription when
will
it
be
runs out in
either.
November. Not
Unless
a
I can
bit.
get it
I've
cheap.
been-
Ridiculous.
I could play Far Cry 6 though on PS Plus, and that's a pretty new game, so I was happy with that. You know, the price going up sucks. It does, but I just think kind of it was writing on the wall because Xbox did the same shit.
Yeah, but Xbox didn't jump up that much. Do you know what though? That's what happens when
Yeah.
you're so far
Yeah.
ahead and you're the market leader and you're laughing to the bank. Because if
Yes.
Xbox put their price up that much, people would revolt over it. They'd be throwing stuff around and stuff.
I mean, there have been
So-
some big time YouTube influencers, like content creators, that have been given PlayStation nonstop shit. So even the PlayStation fanboys are definitely not happy with it, which is good.
Oh,
You know, you need to call out stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know?
I know it's still cheaper than Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, but Xbox Game Pass gives you day and date first party
Yes.
releases. That's the big difference.
Oh my god. Statement from All Elite Wrestling. Is this real? I think it may be. They've terminated CM Punk's contract effective immediately. Thank you for that breaking news.
Chat, yeah.
There you go. I got to see his final match in AEW. Oh my
Put
god.
Punk
How much
and
do I
CM
how much
Punk.
do I bet it's going back to WWE? How much-
What if
by
it's
the end of the
effective
year-
immediately? Could you imagine if he rocked up? I don't want him to. I hope he keeps away. He's a cancer to wrestling, the prick.
Yeah.
Stay at home.
think
You
Triple-
watch the kids.
Triple
Send
H
your
said the
wife back
same
to
thing.
WWE. I'd rather see AJ Lee than you prick.
Didn't Triple H say the same thing about CM Punk, that he'd be happy if he never came back?
If people,
lot of
if
Yeah.
people wanted him back, they would take him back because they do what's good for business. But as a person that rubs talent up the wrong way, upsets everyone, thinks that he's privileged over everyone else, it's just like,
Yeah. He
No.
just seems like an asshole, you know?
yeah. He's had some good matches. The character he's played from good to bad, he's done really good with, but he's just an asshole as a person, and
He's just a
an-
massive arsehole.
I think it was going back a few years ago. He was still with WWE. Greg Miller from Kind of Funny. He was still at IGN then, and he was at like this Comic Con where CM Punk was, and he went up to CM Punk to ask him a couple of questions. He tapped him on the shoulder, said, "Hey Punk," and he turned around and told him to go and fuck himself and fuck off, and started proper laying into Greg Miller, and he just went, "Oh," and he was one of his biggest fans, and you could see his face. He was so gutted. What an arsehole.
Jesus.
That
Yeah,
is funny
that
though.
sucks.
He's not helped himself. Like he literally sounded like he had sort of free roam, like, and he could do what he wanted in AEW. He was like creative control on his own show, and then he's fucked it up, which is funny.
Talking of that, obviously AEW, did you and Luke Steele meet up?
No,
Did Luke invite you to
he
his
was
VIP box?
I couldn't get into his VIP box. There was like bodyguards on door. I'm like, oh, it's Ash from XPN, and they just won't let me in. The big beefy guys, sort of people that like throw CM Punk around and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we're lucky, Luke. We got to see his last match, which wasn't actually that bad. Yeah. It's just a shame he didn't put Joe over. Samoa Joe had that match won, and I was so gutted Punk won. Everyone was cheering though up in the like the sky with us. They were all cheering for Punk, and we were like, CUNT, CUNT. Do you know what I mean? I tell you what, there were some weird people at that AEW show. People buying those big foam fingers to do the scissor mitt, and then when what's his face, Billy Gunn came out, they had a scissor celebration, and there was guys trying to get you to scissor their big foam fingers, and we're just like, no, sit the shit down. So, but it was really good. Luke, what did you think? Because obviously you weren't here when we talked about it a minute ago.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good show. I mean, I'm not the biggest AEW fan. I don't watch a lot of it, bar like the news and the odd pay-per-view. But I think that was probably one of their best shows, if not the best show I've watched of AEW. And I actually wanted to watch more of it. Some of it was a bit mundane, like a couple of them, but 90% of the show was fantastic, I think. So
wasn't he on the floor like closer to ringside?
He was in the presidential box, sat like.
Oh right.
When they had a shot of Sasha Banks watching from the crowd, and Luke was in like the VIP. She had to sit in the common seats in front of him. So
they had
sat up there with Prince Harry.
They had the camera zoom in on him, and they're like, everyone, Luke Steele is here, and everyone's like, yay!
That's it. Yeah, they showed him, and he waved. He was like,
"Yep,
here they."
He's like, "Hello, commoners."
I had a great view from where I was. Like, I could see the entire arena. Like, we could see the entrance ramp. We could see the ring. We had the big screens, so we could see everything as well. We could, when they did the Stampede match, we could see everything. But some people were low down, and they were putting pictures up. And there was someone put one, and they were quite in the stand, but low down. And like the entrance ramp blocked some of the view, and they were like great seats. I'm like, is it? Like, what? But it was a good show. Wembley getting in was a joke, but getting out, I parked literally in the actual Wembley car park. It cost me a bomb, but I walked out of the arena, down some stairs, and was in my car and out of London in 5 minutes out of the arena. Which is crazy. Like when I go to Manchester, it took me an hour to get out at car park, but at Wembley, 5 minutes and I were gone. I was so grateful because I didn't get home till 1 a.m.
Oof. Yeah. Should have stopped off on my way for a cup of tea.
You're a bit far. I'm going to Sheffield. You're the other side of the country.
It's close. Hey, I live in the hometown of Tyson Fury.
I live in the hometown of Tyson Fury. You live in the hometown where he lives now. Do you live in Donny? I'm sure he was from Donny. He always fucking goes. I swear.
You want to see where BMG's from? Watch the Home with the Furies. That's my hometown where I live, and all the beautiful views I get to see.
Where are Tyson Fury's houses? What town does Tyson Fury live in?
Where's his houses? He's got houses all over the world.
He was born in Manchester. For some reason, I keep seeing him on like the Donny News, like, oh, Doncaster local Tyson Fury, like he's local, like he just
local.
Yeah, they still go. Oh, we've got what do you call it? We've got what's he called? Jeremy Clarkson. Jeremy Clarkson hasn't been to Doncaster since he were like 5. He shot out of there, but crazy.
I have from the hometown as well. The great Eric Morecambe and Wise, if you remember them. Got a statue in Morecambe.
We got Devo.
Yeah, we had a crazy guy, right? Because we've got the statue of Eric Morecambe, and he's there doing the pose as he does. And there was a guy, all the different seasons, used to put a hat on him, a scarf on him, and stuff like that. I never thought it was quite, it was quite cute, nice, and all that. And then this one time, he'd set cones up. This crazy guy set cones up and started sawing his leg off because he was trying to take the statue down. And because he was wearing a high vis and all that, people looking, thinking, what's going on here? Police had gone past and seen and thought, What's he doing? So they phoned the council to see, is the statue coming down for maintenance? They went, no. Why? Is like, oh, someone sawed his leg off. And the guy said the reason he dresses him up and he was cutting him down because Eric told him to and to take him home. Oh dear. Oh.
Best thing about Wembley though, had toilets outside, like nice portaloos outside. So after the last match and we left, I went for a piss outside just before I got in the car. Fireworks going off and everything, and then drove off. Great, because I hate having to all rush into the toilets inside. Because inside Wembley, only one hand dryer in the men's toilets. There's about 50 urinals, like 6 shitters, and one hand dryer. What's that about? But
I've never known anyone describe a portaloo as a nice portaloo.
Compared to the portaloos I've been in normally, they were quite like well kept. Like they were clean. There was hand sanitizer, loads of loo rolls in them and stuff. No shit all over the seat. So yeah, it was really good. Definitely really good. And I'm looking forward. It's back again next bank holiday next year. So I'll be going then. I'm just driving down. Can't afford these 5-star hotels with caviar on tap and stuff. But
well, ask Luke to swing by and pick you up in Learjet.
That's it. He's get his fucking limo convoy to pick me up on the way past.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was funny. That was funny, Luke. Special offer: 4 bottles of water for £10. Jesus.
DL. Oh, DL. Had 3 lagers as well for the low price of £24.
Yeah, there were £7.80 a drink. And a guy next to me bought 2 and knocked one over as soon as he got it. It's like, lol, dickhead.
Jesus.
Bring the Luke chopper, yes, please.
He's like John Travolta. He has like a jet parked in his driveway.
I thought you were going to say he's got like a flying fucking hot rod and he's just going to land like with his leather jacket on and that. From Greece, he's going to take me away. I'm going to have my hair permed and shit.
I got chills.
I've got to sew myself into some very tight jeans just to go.
Oh, you got the T-Birds.
That's it. And I will fight everyone on the hill that Grease 2 is a better film than Grease 1.
Oh,
so you should all watch Grease 2 because it is amazing.
You better shape up, because I need a man.
I just love how in Grease they're all supposed to be like 18 and they all look about 55.
Yeah. Did you ever see that? They did a reunion thing. Obviously, John Travolta wasn't in it because he's like, didn't need the money. And they got them all together again, wearing the same pants, leather jackets, trying to slick the hair back. And they were about 90 going, oh.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Send them back to graveyard.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, I like Grease 1, but Grease 2's got Michelle Pfeiffer in. So...
Olivia Newton-John, bless her. She's popped to Mortal Coil. She's doing the
Dancing in the
Coil
Sky
shuffle. Yeah.
They died at the end of Grease 1 anyway. I'm sure that's a car crash and that's them going up to heaven. Doesn't make any sense why the car flies off.
No, it doesn't make any sense, but...
And then they never explain what happens. Literally never explain it. Yeah, but why is the car flying and no one cares? And then in Grease 2, which takes place like a year later, no one goes, did you see that fucking car fly off at the end of the last year? No one mentions out.
They were all high as a kite, all on drugs and everything else.
It's amazing.
All that singing and seeing all the things that they saw is because they were all just done a few lines.
It's just not as good. You've got to watch 2. 2 is like amazing. It's got a song about sex. It's got 2 songs about sex. It's got a song about sexual reproduction in school, and then it's got a song where a guy's pretending that he's got like a bunker in his garden because obviously this is the time when they're all thinking they're going to be bombed and stuff, and he has his friend outside like start making like setting the alarm off and stuff. So he's basically telling this girl that there's a war starting, so we better do it because we've got to repopulate the earth. I'm not even joking. That is the proper songs in Grease 2. There you go.
That must be that's like trying to rape someone, really.
Yeah, it's kind of dodgy, but it's a funny film. It's terrible. It's so bad. It's great though. It's one of those films that's terrible but so good. You've got to watch it. It just,
you can go and rewatch Jurassic Park, the original, in cinemas now.
I know, I really
coming back
want
for the
to.
anniversary.
I wish I'd
I
gone
do.
today. It's £3 a film at View today because it's National Cinema Day. But I've seen it that many times. I did buy Lord of the Rings Extended Fellowship on Amazon Prime because they sent me a £5, so I bought
Extended.
the
It's only a
extended edition.
5-hour film, isn't it? What can we extend it to?
3 hours 45 extended, I think. Beautiful.
Jurassic Park is back in theaters, really?
Yeah.
It's the
It's the
anniversary of it.
anniversary. It's 30th anniversary, isn't it?
I actually saw it in theaters for my birthday. Nice.
Because you're about 55.
It didn't come out in 73.
Don't lie. Right, let's wrap this episode up. I think we've rambled on about stuff enough. We're going to do 20 questions. You guys in chat know exactly what 20 questions is. But for those listening or for somehow have stumbled across our lovely podcast by accident because you clicked on the wrong thing or something like that, your video you watched ended and now you're watching this one. 20 questions is a quick game we do to sort of round out our podcast, a bit of fun. We have to guess a video game that one of the panel has chosen. Now, this game has to be like a well-known game. It can't be like a cult sort of no one's heard of it classic. It can't be like an arcade game or a PC game. It has to be like a console game. And we can ask yes or no questions. We've got to guess the answer, like the game, by the 20th question. If we guess wrong before that, we fail. If we guess wrong or we run out of things, we fail. And out of all the shows we've done, we've only not done it once. Or should I say,
Fabio.
He's not done it once, and Fabio. So Fabio's not here. So I feel like we're going to get through it at a good rate because it's always it's always hard when we've got guests on. A lot of them don't get it and they ask a lot of stupid questions. So I think Sentinel, you've picked a game today.
Yeah, I got a game.
So we all automatically know it's something to do with military.
Wow.
America's Most Wanted. Trump's Big Day Out.
Oh my god.
Magamon. It's like Pokemon, but you just collect all of like the nut jobs in Parliament and shit to storm the Capitol, like, and throw them out your Maga balls. Go, Rudy Mon. Sweat on that man. Go, Shaman.
Jesus.
Steal that podium. It's a great game. That's copyrighted,
Jesus.
by the way, people. It's coming soon.
Is it a console exclusive? What?
It's not a console exclusive.
No, not console exclusive.
Not a console exclusive. Was it released on the PS3 360 generation onwards?
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, I was going to ask if it came out in the last 30 years, but yeah, yours is better.
Did it come out in the last 17.4 years and 22 days?
Yes.
So it's not console exclusive, and it came out on the PS4 360 generation.
PS3 360.
Is that, what did I say? Did I say
PS4?
PS4? I meant PS4.
Oh, you said PS3 360 onward.
Yeah.
That was the question.
No,
Yeah.
no, it didn't. He said, did it come out on the PS3?
No, it didn't.
PS3 360 generation, and you said, yeah.
Yeah.
I said onward.
No, I didn't. Lies.
You just said PS3 X.
Lies.
Xbox
Don't let me get
360
Luke to come in
onward.
his chopper and have you.
Oh my
Get
god.
to the chopper! I am Luke, get to my chopper. We got AEW.
Okay, so 3 questions so far.
Right.
No, that's 2 questions.
What?
Console
That's
exclusive.
You asked for like 17.5 years or something.
No, that doesn't count, you dick.
Oh.
Chat,
right.
also, I forgot to say this. Chat, you can
Yes.
get involved. You're normally useless, but feel free to suggest some questions for us to ask. Like I say, don't just shout out random games. It doesn't help. Do that at the end. Go on
It's
then.
confusing. Yeah, no, Finbeats, it's simple. Questions, not games. That's what we need. Not confusing.
And they have
trust
to be
me.
yes or no answers. So not like What console did it come out on? Because that's not a yes or no answer.
Yes. Right. Okay. So, did it release? Well, did it release on the PS4, Xbox One generation?
Yes.
Yes. Right. Okay. Okay. And it's not an exclusive. So PS4, Xbox One generation, and it's not console exclusive.
Was it an FPS? What?
Was it published by an American publisher?
No.
Right, so could be European, Japan, China.
Was it based on
Poland.
a known IP, like movies, films, comics, that sort of shit?
It's not based on an IP outside of gaming.
That's fine, yeah. So it's that's what I
Yeah.
mean. It's not like a movie IP. It's not like an Indiana Jones game. It's
Or
a gaming
Terminator
IP.
not-
or RoboCop.
So that means it's part of a franchise as well. The way he said that.
Right.
Excellent.
So it's not part. So it could still be like a. Is it an RPG?
Yes.
You don't sound convinced.
It is it is structured like an RPG, yes.
Right. Okay.
Once you guess the game, you'll understand why I was kind of like,
Yeah.
it is an RPG. It's structured like an RPG.
So is
It's
it?
structured like an RPG.
I'm thinking maybe Ubisoft. Do we ask if it's like a Ubisoft game? Because like.
Yeah,
Far
was
Cry.
it published by Ubisoft? I can't hear you. Keep cutting out on my
Yeah.
end. Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Was that a yes, Sentinel?
Yes, it was published by Ubisoft.
Right, there we go. So you've got your Far Cry's, they're RPG based. The Assassin's Creed games,
They're technically RPG based.
the lightless. Oh, that's it.
Watch
Is it
Dogs,
apart-
technically.
Oh yeah, Watch Dogs. Free Legion, is it? Yeah. Is it part of the Assassin's Creed franchise?
Yes.
Does it
Yes.
have Ezio as the main character?
No, wait, no, because no, don't I tell you, that wasn't RPG based.
You're only at 7 questions. You have
Yeah.
13 remaining, so you
I know,
can spend a couple
I know,
questions.
but maybe I'm just thinking that the Ezio collection is
No, it's
the
not
only RPG based ones is Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. They are RPG based. The other ones are RPG based. You don't get in all the others. You don't get weapons and like level up to like from
Yeah, you're
purple
right.
gear to blue gear. You can get like little things that make small improvements, but I wouldn't have counted that as RPG. Go on, ask it anyway. Fuck it, go for it.
Was it? Did it have Ezio as the main character?
No.
There you go.
Is this game? Is this Assassin's Creed game set in Greek mythology times?
Yes.
Oh, you
There we
picked the
go.
very obvious one that you like.
That's
It's all right. Is this the Assassin's Creed game where they couldn't commit to a female protagonist because they were just chickens and they decided to half-up bake it in?
It wasn't the first one that happened.
No, but does that happen in this one?
Yeah, but that's like 3 of them so far.
Does it have giant statue willies?
I honestly don't know. I haven't paid attention to large.
You can't miss it.
Hanging off them. You were
I mean,
hanging
I
off
get-
them.
I mean, I guess if you're looking for it, you probably can't miss it. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Don't
to
lie. I've seen your screenshots.
Does the main character? What's that kick called where he kicks him off the mountain?
Sparta. It's 300
do-
kicking it.
Yeah. Is there a Spartan kick?
Yes.
Did the main character, or did one of the main characters of this game also appear in some free crossover DLC for Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
I believe so, yes.
It's got to be Origins then, hasn't it? Right, let's get this over and done.
It's
Is it
Assassin's Creed!
Creed Odyssey.
Way too easy, mate. Too easy.
Yeah, well, that's the Assassin's Creed he always goes on about.
I know.
So, as soon as we said Ubisoft, it was going to be Assassin's Creed, or it was going to be.
For some reason, I was thinking of 360 PS3 Assassin's Creed. That's why I asked for Ezio. I was like, I can start narrowing it down.
Yeah.
I just totally just got it wrong that we said Xbox One and PS4.
I think it's in Assassin's Creed Revelations, the third part of Ezio's story. You can get little points where you can make your weapons a little bit stronger or a little bit of armor, but you don't.
Yeah.
It's not like RPGs in you get better equipment. It's the same equipment. So I wouldn't have counted that as RPG in the slightest. There was only the free games.
It'll be right. Right,
We
well,
won anyway.
well done. We did it. Fantastic. Whoop, 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 whoop. So yeah, big thank you to everyone who's been in chat. We got Thimble, Luke, Stubbs, we had Meisuko, Muppet, and people I may have forgotten. Thank you for watching along live. Thank you for everyone who listens to this on podcasting providers. We'll be back next Saturday, 8 p.m. BST. We'll be showcasing and spotlighting more great games, talking about movies and stuff like that, laughing that CM Punk's been fired by AEW, and much, much more. So hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit that little bell icon so you always get notified, and become a channel member for 99p because you get loads of extra content well, it's not for free, but for free as part of your subscription.
Oh, quote.
For free. But yeah, thank you guys. BMG, tell people where they can find you quickly and we can go home.
At Baldman Gamer on X, Baldman Gamer on Xbox, Baldman Gamer 86 on PlayStation. Hail Jesus!
What about you, Sentinel? Where can people find you? Well, you can find me at those mega conventions. Oh my God.
You want to make America great again? You gonna come on down over here, get your little baseball cap, and you come join me at the courthouse with our old man, Donald Trump. He ain't gonna go no prison.
Shucks. Right, well, he's gone, so we're going to call it there then. See you later, guys. Bye.
Colonel's dead.